Tyson Fury sparring with an undefeated knockout artist, being put through the paces and being pushed to the brink for the Wilder rematch. His promoter says Tyson Fury is having some hellacious, hellish rounds with some of his sparring partners. We're going to talk about that in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, I encourage you guys to all hit the like button. I drop the illest content in boxing. This is your one-stop shop. Upcoming fight this month, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder versus Tyson Fury. Trilogy. Very meaningful fight. Needed to happen. They try to leave Wilder in the dust. Wilder won the arbitration. Check some of my older videos to get caught up so you know what happened. And now it's here, July 24th. Now, link in the description. It says Tyson Fury sharpening skills with the next great heavyweight champion, Jared Big Baby Anderson, in sparring, says his promoter, Bob Arum. Now, we've been hearing a lot of good stuff about Jared Anderson, and it says Tyson Fury is given, quote, hell in his training camp by Jared Anderson, right? Says Fury will defend his WBC championship in a trilogy fight against Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, Las Vegas, July 24th, heavyweight action. And he has again recruited the talented Anderson as a sparring partner. Anderson, he is unbeaten, only 21 years old. He's an American. He was a key aide in Fury's previous preparation to defeat Wilder. So he decided to bring him back. Now, again, this is why you guys got to subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest. I've already made a video about this. This is an update. I told you Tyson Fury is working with Efe Ajagba, a knockout artist, and Jared Anderson, who also is an undefeated knockout artist. So different parts. One's American, one's Nigerian, I believe, in Efe. And these are who he's recruited. Wilder, we all know, has a lot of power. I think he has power. Me personally, I think Wilder has power in both hands, but people know him for at least his right hand. And Tyson Fury is recruiting these guys. Efe Ajagba is also on the card, and he says July 24th is going to be on fire. We can't wait. Actually, everyone here is going to be on the card too. And Fox and PBC, in association with ESPN, they did a hell of a job with the undercard because they basically made top fights in an all heavyweight card, right? So they got like a ton of heavyweight action. But again, check some of my previous videos so you can hear more about the undercard. This is must-see TV. Definitely order this particular fight card because it should be lit. It's the big boys. Now, the article says, Bob Arum, this is Bob Arum. We have a guy who tells me, Tyson Fury tells me, a lot of people tell me he's the next great heavyweight champion. The kid has 9 fights now. Obviously, he's referring to Anderson. Talk to Tyson Fury. He gives Tyson Fury, just so you guys see the title in the video and you don't think I'm making some up. This is from the promoter of both of them. You know, it says, if you talk to Tyson, he gives Tyson hell when they work out. He's a great sparring partner. Very telling. So that sounds promising since he's only 21 years old. It says, talk to Tyson. He gives Tyson Fury hell when they work out. He's a great sparring partner. Tyson said to me after the Wilder fight that he attributes a great deal of his success to his previous sparring with Anderson. And that's a picture of him. I think he normally trains in Houston. He's probably training in Vegas with Fury at this current point. He's had some exceptional knockouts on Top Rank. Still hasn't got the big names, but you know, he's young, so they could build. I think he's working with Jay Prince as well. Anderson has a 100% knockout ratio in his pro career, including highlight reel stoppage. This is the one, the Kingsley Ibea. He was a cruiserweight, I believe, that had moved up to heavyweight. He got spun around like 180. That was crazy. It says, which perfectly demonstrated his reflexes and power, quick combination inning. And I think he yelled something out at the dude as he's falling. Like he called him a B word or something, if memory serves correctly. His elusiveness is why Fury has recruited him as a sparring partner. So that's dope. You know, it sounds good. It sounds like he has a lot of promise, the Jared Anderson. Sounds like he has a bit of slickness and, you know, moves nice for a heavyweight. If you could hit me, then you got some speed and technique, Anderson said to Sky Sports after his first experience with Fury. He knew that if he could hit me, he could definitely hit Wilder. Anderson describes his style as elusive, quick, and sharp. I am not the biggest or strongest, but I'm always in front of you throwing punches. Right? So he says he likes to stay busy, basically. The WBC champion's father, John Fury, insists his son will never lose, but tip Anderson to eventually succeed him. They aren't going to beat him, John Fury said about his son. You can see the crop of heavyweights. They're all good, but not in Tyson's class. Tyson is out there on his own, unless there's a fighter born who comes out of nowhere with an amazing talent, but I've not seen him yet. There's one, Jared Anderson. He's an unbeaten heavyweight with promoter Bob Arum. I do believe he could be the next big thing after Tyson Fury is gone. The kid is only 21 years old. He's got a bit to do yet. He's the only one who stands out for me. All these other guys, they're all on the same par, right? So a bit more of the same, but I want to make you the update video. And it's ironic that I told you in my previous it's him with Joseph Parker. I told you guys in my previous video, that if I had to speculate, I would say that Jared Anderson, so Tyson Fury showed up with a black eye at the Canelo and Billy Joe Saunders fight. Tyson Fury had a shiner. You could see it. He did a podcast with Eddie Hearn, and you could see that he had a black eye. And he had it for probably a week and a half or whatever it was until it kind of faded and subsided. But I told you, in my opinion, if I had to speculate, I would say Jared Anderson might have been the one that was able to get that off on him, because I've seen him fight. I've actually seen him in person and stood next to him. I think he was on the Shakur Stevenson undercard. You know, he's an in-shape dude. He's young. He's strong. And, you know, he's a pretty big dude. So he has that speed, especially being a little bit smaller than FA and smaller than Tyson Fury. I think he did it. And I said that. And then now you hear Bob Arum saying that Jared Anderson is getting high level of praise and putting Tyson Fury through hell. So again, this is not confirmed. It is what it is. This is just speculation. But I think it's him. You know, he also posted this picture and he said pay-per-view rounds in today, literally fire. So they're pushing each other to the brink and pushing each other to the limit. And I got a couple things to say about it. One, this is good. You're 21-year-old. Mike Tyson was like 19, 20, and a lot of people were raving about him and talking about him. So definitely good exposure to be working with the champion and just working with somebody who's more experienced in their career, and then they're giving you props. So that's cool. And that's good for him. People will keep their eye on him. Plus, he's going to be fighting on the same card. Hopefully, they keep scaling up his competition level. Now, it's kind of weird because he has the Big Baby moniker, and so does Jared Big Baby Miller. So I'm curious as to how he got his name. I don't really know. I don't know if anyone's ever said anything, but if you guys know, leave me a comment. I don't know how he came up with Big Baby for his nickname. You know, it's weird that we have two heavyweights. They both kind of had a unique nickname like that. But, you know, it's good for him. As far as Tyson Fury, see, that's the knockout. That picture looked crazy. Bro, look at this picture, though. This picture looked stupid, bro. Anyway, it's good for Jared Anderson. Someone to watch, definitely. That's always good in boxing. Also in the heavyweight division. As far as Tyson Fury, I think it's just a different thing because you can spar with whoever you want. There are things, I know a lot of people, they aren't giving Wilder a chance, but I am, because there's some things you can't spar from. And no knock on anybody else, but Wilder has like God tier power, right? And although there might be sparring partners that are harder to hit or whatever the situation, Wilder is 6'7" and he's hitting crazy. And there's some things that he does uniquely to him. You see what I'm saying? So styles make fights. Wilder has his own style, you know what I mean? So you can spar F.A. Ajagba, Jared Anderson, Joseph Parker, whoever else, Guido, you know, whoever else top ranked guy. Wilder does some things that are, like I said, insanely unique to him. He has a mean streak. He wants blood. He feels he was cheated. He looks in beast mode shape, right? So I think it'll be a good fight. Now, there is a contradiction from Tyson Fury here as well. Tyson Fury previously said that he didn't need to train for Wilder. And I'll make a video about it for you guys. He said, oh, I don't need to train for him. I kick his butt. That's what Fury said. But then he's bringing out the big guns and a lot of youthful, talented guys that are major punchers to try to get the best possible sparring. He said Jared Anderson gave him good sparring and he's looking to reduplicate that success. So it's just funny. Like I said, Tyson Fury says this and does this. It says, oh, I don't got to train for Wilder. You know, I got his mojo in me back pocket and stuff like that. But then he's working with knockout artists that are fighting on that same card and that are younger, trying to push to get the best results in the best camp. So that is a contradiction from Tyson Fury. But I like it. I like Tyson Fury working with whoever he wants to work with and working with the best fit that he feels to mirror and mimic. Because now in the rematch, there won't be any excuses, because you see that per this article in this video, bookmark this, put it in a playlist. Per this video, he's getting grade A work. So there can't be no excuses if Wilder knocks out Tyson Fury, like, oh, he wasn't motivated. Because I've already seen people, I've seen a lot of Tyson Fury fans and UK boxing reporters and stuff, and they've basically insinuated that Tyson Fury is not motivated for this camp. Or what if, in the theory that he's not motivated for the camp, or what if because he beat Wilder, quote unquote, so easily, even though I personally think there's more to it. And I've talked about that in previous videos. Some people have suggested that, oh, he can't get up for Wilder because he's underestimating him. But you're getting the best work. You're getting a slick, elusive guy who's smaller than you, who moves, who probably has some power. Is like, you know, I know fighters personally. Like, I have their phone numbers, know them, see them at fights, etc. And when you got sparring partners, a lot of times, if you're the name guy, they want to have the best session with you, pause, but they want to have the best session with you because you could almost have it as bragging rights. Like, man, I whooped the champion. So that does tremendous things to their confidence. So I know that's why Floyd always had young sparring partners. That's why he was in camp with Errol Spence and stuff. People who are going to push him. Omar Henry, rest in peace. You know, guys like that. That's why Floyd Mayweather kept and continues to keep younger guys in the gym to push them. Even Gervonta Davis. There's some prospects like Jaleel Hackett and stuff like that are even younger than Tank. And they pushed him, and you've seen the results in the Mario Barrios fight. So I like it. It looks like both Wilder and Tyson Fury are taking the fight serious, so there won't be no excuses. We just want to see a fair fight. Shout out to Jared Anderson. Let me know what you guys think if you've ever seen him fight. Again, I encourage you all to share the video, throw a like on the video, and drop me a comment. That's really all I got to say. July 24th, it's about to go down. You know, can't be no excuses now. People counting Wilder out, we'll see. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Yeah.